Hello everyone, in this tutorial I am going to show you how to build the cyber light size, holograms, and pixel and map art. I am also planning to build a cyber city soon for my YouTube, and if you want to see that process, I will be live streaming it on Twitch. Link in the description below. I also want to say thank you for all the subscribers. Tutorial might take a little bit longer, so hello, before we start building in Minecraft, there's some things that you have to do. So this is the picture I've chosen. I'm gonna open it in Photoshop, and the next step is you create 25 by 45. I want pixel art to be this size. Whichever size you want, you put it here. If you do not have Photoshop, there will be a website where you get Photoshop-like tool for free. I will link it down in the description. So what you do, you drag this art and then you resize it into a pixel art once you're happy. But I already created one, so I don't need this. This is the one I've created. Now I'm just gonna save this as JPG, which is already saved for me. Next, you're gonna visit this website. It will be also in the description down below. And you're gonna drag the picture that you just created, the pixel art, into here. It's 25 by 45. I'm gonna do custom. There's only 1.12 version, so some of the blocks will not be shown here. I'll mostly use concrete, powder and concrete, and wool for this one. Once you choose the blocks you want, you're gonna convert it. Now that the pixel art is converted, I don't like this white part, so I'm going to paint this into something else. For example, I'm going to paint it into the pink. I also don't like this glaze terracotta, so I'm just going to replace it with concrete. Yeah, I think I'm going to go with concrete. That's a lot of concrete, so I'm probably going to just paint some powder in it. If you want to put a block that is not listed here because this is the old version, what you can do is use a color that is not part of this pixel art, which is, I'm going to use a diamond block, and I'm going to paint this here, and in game you can replace it with world edit or by hand if you're doing this in survival. I really like how cherry blossom planks look like with this thing, because it's still pink but lighter. So I'm gonna replace the diamond with cherry blossoms. Once I'm happy with this, I'm going to save this. It's gonna be saved as a file for LITEMATICA, which I will be pasting this into the world. Now that we created this, you will also need to create only glass pixel art. I will only be using glass, and I will not be using red or brown. Converted. Don't like these parts again, so that's going to be pink. Also the eyes, I will put lanterns here in the game. Once you're happy with this, you're gonna save this one too. and you're gonna drag these files into your LITEMATICA schematics. If you don't know how to use LITEMATICA, it will be down in the description below. I will leave some tutorials. So first I will build these because these are the easiest to build. So whatever I build from this side will be the same one as these, except instead of end rods we have light blocks. To access this, you come here and shuffle right. There's different levels. I'm just using the brightest one. So we will be starting with these from bottom top. Then I'll proceed to build the redstone ones. Have in mind that the redstone ones, you will have to be close enough to render the redstone for this to properly work. For the first one, we have a wall of tiles. On top of that, we put magenta concrete. And on top of that, we pasted the smooth quartz and end rods. Next one is this one. So for this one, I'm gonna make another layer of tiles. Next, I'm going to replace this with powder. On top of this, we will build a glass layer with quartz. Here is a layer of glass and quartz. And now I'm gonna put end rods here. This is all for this one. Now we're gonna build this one. For this one, we have to remove the end rods. What we're gonna do now is we're gonna remove these edges. And replace it with glass. Now that we did this, we're gonna extend the quartz. Now I'm gonna go add slabs and stairs in this area. After that, we are gonna put end rods on top. Here I put the end rods. These are the same except just different colors. This one we have a wall of tiles. On top of that, a wall of tiles with concrete powder. We're gonna put quartz on top of this. I'll put quartz on top of this. Next step is to put magenta glass on top of this. I put glass here. Next step, we're gonna put glass only on top of the quartz to diffuse the quartz. On top of that, we're gonna be putting end rod. And this one is done. Now the last one is you're just gonna remove the white and replace it with magenta. It has to be the same color as this one in the back. This one will diffuse the white color of the quartz. Now if you want to build any of these, you're gonna copy every single one of these created. You can choose which one, and what you're gonna do is you're gonna get rid of all these rods. So now that end rods are gone, you're gonna be putting these on top of. If you make a mistake, just break this, wait a few seconds, and put it back. So with these, you only put the lights in front of the quartz on any of these, because this light is really strong. If you're not holding it, you cannot see the light. Now this one is a simple sign with this blocky light. You can use any light you want. We have a wall of tiles. On top of that, we have tile walls with concrete powder inside. Now we put the glass and lamps on top of that, and on top of that it's gonna be quartz. I think these are my favorite. These animated ones, have in mind that if you have a lot of these in your world and you have a weak PC, your PC might not be able to take it. I am using my custom texture pack for redstone lamps, and I removed the textures from them. I will put a link in the description. I will make it even better. So if you want textureless lamps that still turn off and on, they will be in the description, and they look like LED lights. Redstone ones may be buggy. These three are made with observers, which this is where I recommend, because they are easy to make, takes less space behind, you lose less materials, and it's less buggy. Up here we have blinking ones, and they are made with redstone and repeaters, but they may be really buggy and make your world laggy if you have too many of these, but they are really cool. My favorite is probably this one, because it blinks fast, almost as the LEDs are broken. I've tried making vertical LED lights, which were fine, but when I reloaded into the world, they were either broken or didn't work. The observer ones for these smaller signs even look better than these. Redstone usually works for a smaller scale, but half of them look like they are not working just because they are not rendered in all three of these, because they are all the same, but they have different clocks and speeds. The first step is to replace these with redstone lamps. I'm just gonna be using this as a reminder, because I'm not that good with redstone. So your clock will be in the middle. We're gonna be having two observers here. Again, we are keeping a distance from. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna be sending signal from here to here. We're going upwards. and down. I'm gonna send it there. And then they're gonna meet in the middle. I made a mistake. This has to be lower. My bad. Hold on. Don't worry, it's easable. Don't worry, it's easily fixable. And this has to be lower. My apologies. So here we're gonna be sending this up there. Not connected to here. Let me just test if this is working properly. We're gonna be making a 3-tick clock. And we're gonna turn that on. Now you will have to connect these observers into these lamps. What I recommend is removing the glass before you do this. I'm just doing this so this is easier for me to put observers in. You don't want to do this before you put the glass and concrete. You're gonna place these observers into lamp. There's no lamp here, but we still need a contact. Make sure that the arrows are pointing into the lamp. You're gonna put it only where you have lamps. Okay, every single one of these are working except these. So we did a mistake somewhere. Yeah, we found a mistake and I did not put lamps here. I mean observers. If something isn't lighting up, make sure you connected it right. As you can see, everything is working now. I will also connect these. Oh, there we go. I misplaced something. So yeah, just make sure that all your blocks are connected correctly. This is on 3 ticks. It's going fast. We can have it to 4 ticks. It's a little bit slower. So yeah, we can have these really fast. 3 ticks. They are all different depending on ticks. So the goal is you're gonna be sending signal towards there, and then you're gonna observer facing any lamp connected to the first observer row. And I forgot to do that here. You are going to put concrete powder where the first observers are. Basically behind the lamps on first row of observers. Now that we did that, you're just gonna be placing glass on top of the lamps on the layer where lamps are. And this sign is done. If you want, you can also make a hopper clock connected. This is how you make the hopper clock. These are sticky pistons. Now you're gonna put 9 or 6 or 5 blocks inside the hopper. It only depends on how big your sign is. The bigger the sign, the more items you will need. Now for these are all similar. These are made with redstone. The glass on these is the same as we built this one. Got quartz, layer of glass and lamps. These are normal lamps. These top and bottoms are redstone lamps. And we have a wall with concrete powder. So what you're gonna do in this part, instead of the concrete powder where the lamps are, you're gonna put a different color so you know where your lamps are. For this one, this uses observer clock. I don't know why is this here, but okay. This is observer clock. Lamp is behind these blocks. Then you connect these, the solid block, and you put torches. You connect the torches with redstone. Then you put observer here, not observer, repeater, on 2 ticks. Has to be on 2 ticks. And then you connect it to the clock. This is how you make the clock. You want to have 2 observers facing each other. You connect that to up here as well, 2 ticks. Same thing here. And this one is easy. And then the next step is every other repeater is gonna be set to 2 ticks. This one is the same, except all of the repeaters are set to a single tick, which gives you this slower blinking effect. Everything is same except endings of these. There is no lamp here. You just put repeater like that and torch like that, and you connect it to redstone and the rest. Also on this side, you have a repeater leading into a solid block, torch, and redstone. And then you connect, this is 1 tick, you connect this to a torch clock. This is a simple clock. This is a 4 tick clock, which is connected with 1 tick into these 2 blocks with torch and redstone. Then you connect this upwards into this one tick, and everything else is one tick. We also have these here, and you also connect this thing down below, also one tick, and everything else is one tick. And this is how you get. Make sure that between the lamp and repeaters is a solid block. I hope you understand how to make this. If no, world will be down below. The next one are these. This is why we did the pixel art generation online. On a big scale, I recommend observers because the redstone on really long distance and big scale, it's really buggy. So I do recommend using observers. This whole thing again, I'm gonna show you on a smaller scale. But you have to paste pixel art there and other stuff. So what we got here is, this is made with copper clock, and this is one with normal clock. I'm gonna be showing you this on smaller scale now. So the first step, you're gonna be pasting your pixel art. So the pixel art that you created on the internet, you're gonna build it right here. This is what we are like. You would paste it here. I'm just gonna create a random design. And now you're gonna be build around this pixel art. Just make sure the blocks and everything matches the pixel art. This here is your pixel art zone, and then I'm gonna match it with the pixel art. Redstone lamps. Next step is this. I'm gonna put it like that, so you can really see the lamp. I mean, you can put the lamps closer here, but you will need to do this. So now your glass must, the glass pixel art that we created online also, we're going to be pasting it here or building it here. And I will make it match. Make it match the pixel art. That's why we created that pixel art made of glass online. So we created that, and now we're gonna do this. Another one. So this is where your wall is. Replace this one with this. Hold on. Remove that. You can use any color for this. This is your wall and this is your floor. Like that. Actually, the floor can be anywhere. Just make sure like this. Same thing that we did with this. See how that thing is not rendering? It's a glitch if you're not close enough. Here we go. And we're just gonna connect this to a clock, which is the symbol for TikTok. Set this for TikTok. Again, you can make the ticks less or more depending on how fast you want this to be. Now, this one is same, except this is connected to a hopper clock, and there is 9 items inside the hopper clock. So the light goes from top to bottom and then repeats itself. Now, the amount of items you have inside the hopper depends on how big your pixel art is. Here, probably the 3 items will be enough. Or maybe, I don't know, 2. But yeah. It looks cute on a smaller size too if you are building a mini cyber city. I am really inspired by these LED lights and it's so cute. Now this one, we have 3 layers of pixel glass art. The next step, you're gonna have these. On the sides, you can use glass paints. You don't have to, but it looks even cooler. Just make sure that your paints are matching the same colors of glass pixel art. Now on the back, you're gonna be placing or building pixel art. There's a ear. And there you go. This one is just smaller scale of this one. We have this. This is where your pixel glass will be. Lamps here. Your pixel art will be here. There's one block of air. This is where you do your pixel art. And then this is where you make another layer of this thing. I'm holding a lever. And of course, this is where your wall is gonna be. This is your wall. Same as here, this is your wall. Ain't gonna lie, I've been trying to record this the whole day. And it's taking me the whole day to try to record this because first few times I made a mistake. This one is with the beacons. Someone in my comment section, my first tutorial, said that they eyes got bleached because I had white background floor. So this time I'm using black and I can't really see what I'm doing with this one. So yeah. It just looks like Batman's bum bum. So here it is. Beacons need more stout iron around them. Just make sure that the floor is solid and not made of glass. And now we're gonna put magenta. Your pixel art also goes here. On top of these, you can only use glass, transparent blocks such as leaves and carpets, trapdoors, and slabs. We can make another layer of this, make it nicer here. This mostly looks good on a bigger size. And now your lights are going to be here. Your wall is going to be here. And your pixel art will go here. Beacons. This is your floor. Your pixel art made out of glass. And then you just have a wall on the bed. So if you want a transparent hologram, it's literally the same, except instead of glass blocks, after you paste your glass pixel art, you will replace glass with paints, and that's how you get this one. It's so pretty. So for this one, you will have to do some things before you load this into the Minecraft. We had LED lights around them, redstone lamps, and then we got a layer of this wall. So we are using a normal clock on 2 ticks. You can put it to 3 or 4, it's gonna go slower. And then we send the signal up to mid and up also towards middle. And all of these, ignore that one, but all of these observers are going towards the lamp. And there is no block behind the lamp. Now how to create this map part. Now before we create this map part, we are going to go to Photoshop and some online websites. So now for the map part, it's a little bit different process. Every single map in Minecraft is 128 by 128 pixels or blocks. So if you want 5 by 8 blocks of map part in Minecraft, you will have to do some math. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna place the picture that you chosen in here. Then you're gonna save it as JPEG. I already have one, so I'm just gonna replace it. The next step is to upload your picture on this website, which I will put in the description down below. The problem is the website is sometimes buggy. Like currently it's not letting me upload the picture. But once you upload it here, you're gonna put it to split into pieces by 8 blocks or pixels that you want your picture be in Minecraft, and then you're gonna click split, and then what you're gonna do, you're gonna save it on your PC. It's gonna be downloaded as a zip file. I already did this yesterday, so I already have it, so I don't have to do it right now. So once you extracted the pictures that you just downloaded, you're gonna visit this website, and it's gonna be also in the description down below. Now here, set it to everything. Now you will have to exclude water, TNT, lava, and possibly ice, because ice can melt. And you're gonna do it with every single one of these pictures, and you don't want it. And then you drop every single one of these files into the LITEMATICA schematics, paste it into your world, or build it by hand. So we are in the place where I pasted all the map parts, and I took map with it. So what you're gonna do before you build this or you paste it inside the world, you will take a map part anywhere in the world, and then you're gonna go find corners. For example, you're gonna find this corner right here. I recommend you going for this corner. I can go a little bit here. Further. Now that we found a corner, we're going to remove all these. And now what you can do, you will be pasting the thing that we created with online tool here. You can move it to the player, and then we can adjust it. If you don't know how to use LITEMATICA, I will put a tutorial down below. Now we remove this, and we're gonna be pasting this. I think my PC just had a stroke. I don't know if this recorded. What you can do is you can use LITEMATICA tool to build this in survival. Use this as a blueprint. You don't have to paste it in. I'm gonna paste it because it's faster. I pasted it in, and now you're gonna walk here and re-render this part. And you're gonna be doing this one with every single one of these pictures map art. There's like over 30 there, and every one of them you will be able to create this. Sometimes it's a little bit buggy. Some spots are buggy because of the map art. I don't know why, but yeah, sometimes it's a little bit buggy with the borders. But from far, it looks fine. I'm also gonna be putting the shaders I'm using down in the description down below. Just make sure your lighting settings are right. I don't really know how to do the settings. You can find it online, but for now I don't know how to really do these. I only turned the red lights down and toned it towards the really cold lighting. If you made it this far into the tutorial, please comment crying obsidian down in the comments. That's my favorite vlog, so I know that you actually enjoyed this video. I know this is a long tutorial, but thank you for watching. I hope it gave you some ideas and helped you